Have you ever done something in your life that could be deemed immoral or wrong?
Shimmy, Drake. La la la.
Maybe inadvertently send people to their deaths because you're a healthcare CEO and that's just what they do. What about a dirty cop who hid a murder for years? Or how about a janitor at your school who smokes? Well, ladies and gentlemen and everyone watching, you're dead. Today we'll be talking about the scariest Saw traps in the Saw franchise. Before we fully jump in, if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, it's good to see you again. Hello everyone, I just want to let you know that I'm uploading this video twice. One version is going to be the Uncensored, and one version is going to be the Censored. Not only because I know one's going to get age restricted, but I also saw some comments talking about how they don't like seeing the gore and stuff. So if you just want to see the traps I'm talking about without all the gore, then the video should be linked up here. It also is going to be in the description.
Man, shut up!
Alright, let's get into it. So what is the Saw franchise? Well, if you already know, then skip somewhere on screen. But if you don't, it's in the subgenre of horror called body horror. And the true highlight of any horror movie that's focused on people dying brutally is how they die. Now, a lot of body horror movies are just like, ew, blood, guts, everywhere. And the Saw franchise is definitely part of that. However, what makes the franchise fun is the traps and games that Jigsaw creates for his victims. Because these traps have a way out. Usually, unless Mark Hoffman's doing it, that little bitch, that stupid fucking character, I hate his character. Usually the traps have a way out. You just gotta have to sacrifice something about yourself. Usually some sort of body part. These agonizing traps are the reason the Saw franchise became the pop culture phenomenon that it is. And because of John Kramer and his motherfucking sexy look. But yeah, John Kramer's the main bad guy. His alias is Jigsaw or Billy the Puppet, kind of. Billy the Puppet's an actual character, but he's not like living, because puppets can't live or breathe or mate, I think.
A masturbating midget?
However, Jigsaw also has some apprentices that are sometimes the main bad guys, and then sometimes it's just a random guy who talks like this.
Hello, Detective Fetch. I want to play a game.
I still like that movie and I will stand by it. This is my rifle, and the franchise spawned 10 movies. Pretty impressive. There might be coming another one, there might not. I hope there's another one, because I like it. I love watching people die. But another staple in the series is some sort of cop plot, where a cop is trying to figure out how to get to the Jigsaw trap victims, and also Jigsaw. And usually the cops fail. Oh, another staple is flashy editing like this. Woo! Alright, that's all you really need to know. Let's get into the traps. The trap. You have to know what I'm referencing. Like, I hope you do. I'm talking about the reverse bear trap. It's the iconic trap that comes to your mind when you think of Saw traps. You either think about how Manda was in it, or how Mark Hoffman, stupid character, was in it, or how Jill was in it. That did not go well. The reverse bear trap first appeared in Saw, the first one, in 2004. It also showed our first trap survivor, Amanda, who also became an apprentice of Jigsaw. Nice. She was only saved because she cut into her dead cellmate to grab a key to unlock it, and with 1 second to spare, she got it off. Now, the second victim of the reverse bear trap was Mark Hoffman. Mark Hoffman, not luckily, he survived because he's just a smart guy, comedically evil, and it's so obvious, but he can live. He's just a survivor. And then we see Jill, who is not a survivor. However, with Jill, we finally get to see what the reverse bear trap will actually do, and it truly pays off. I really like that kill. I wish it wasn't affected by like the 3D craze, because that's why the blood just went right up to you. But it's still good payoff for a trap that we've seen all throughout the series. The trap was created by John Kramer, and it would have been a disservice if I didn't add it to this video. Saw 3. In Saw 3, we have to follow this stupid idiot named Jeff, who will piss you off to no end because of how slow and incompetent he is all throughout the traps. Like, hey Jeff, people are getting their necks turned all the way around. The best you could do is not like touch him and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. You could. I'm getting mad about a fictional character that doesn't exist. He was genuinely so insufferable that you didn't care about him finding his stupid wife. So let's look at the kills. The angel trap, which kills Allison Carey. The trap holds her up elevated a bit, like she's flying like an angel. And it has contraptions that are dug into her ribcage. And the only way out is a little jar that has acid that she has to dip her hands in to grab the key to unlock herself. And Allison proved herself, but to no avail. spoiler alert for a movie that's almost 20 years old, it was because the trap was made by Amanda. Besides the unforgivingness of the machine just gonna rip you apart no matter what, the fact that this was done in real life makes this kill even more brutal. But people in real life didn't use like weird metal contraptions or acid, or and Mark Hoffman didn't exist. So I guess that was better. Saw 3D. In Saw 3D, our main bad guy is Mark Hoffman. Although Tobin Bell did show up for 3 minutes, and he got paid the most amount of money, which, good. This bad, broody piece of smug shit that's comedically evil makes traps... Okay, time out. I'm gonna rant about Mark Hoffman. He's so lazily written. He's obviously the bad guy, and you can tell within a couple of minutes, and supposedly he works for the FBI, surrounded by detectives who don't see how evil he is, until the final moment in Saw 3 where they find out, oh, this voice changer is actually Mark Hoffman, and there's like 5 cops in the room, and they all just stand there while Mark Hoffman goes full on Terminator and kills everyone. And this is after like all these cops are incompetent saying like, oh, look, it's a head. I wonder how this got here. And then Mark Hoffman's in the background like, shit. No one notices this dude freaking out because he was too comedically evil and he became the Terminator and unbeatable for some reason. And on top of all of that, he makes traps that you can't win. That's not fun. That's just being brutal for the sake of being brutal. Be brutal for the sake of being fun. Get this stupid slimy faced dickhead out of here. And they brought him back too. They fucking brought him back. And people are happy about it. Why? Why, just so he can go like this again? Oh boy, can't wait to watch that for another 90 fucking minutes. Alright, that's the end of my rant. Okay, after that rant, you guys deserve a couple of traps, so we're gonna do a quick fire mode. An excruciating trap within Saw 3D is the Whisper Trap, where this poor lady has a key all the way deep down into her stomach, and the only way to save her from getting pipes shoved into her neck is by getting that key and yanking it all the way out through a string, and then, unlocking it, and then she's free. And Bobby Boy over here only has 1 minute to do it. The action of taking the key out is so painful to watch, although it is kind of funny because Bobby's like, shut up, shut the fuck up.
Please, for me, just shut the fuck up.
Like, brother, she is dealing with a lot right now. Oh, and she no live. Another trap with evil pipes is the See No Evil trap. Suzanne here is going to get her eyes and mouth gouged out by pipes. Rusty pipes, I might add, so she's going to have to get a tetanus shot. The only way to save her is if Bobby actually hit the gym, which I bet he didn't, because we'll find out he lies about a lot of stuff. But he has to lift up 2 metal bars, and once he does, 2 spikes will go into his ribcage. If he can hold it for like 30 seconds, she'll be fine. But Bobby Boy here is a Bobby Bitch Boy. Yeah, so Susan dies, which foreshadows Bobby's wife. Bobby's wife is probably one of the most undeserving people to ever get killed in the Saw franchise. You see, Bobby here made an entire lie about how he survived a Saw trap. The Saw trap he supposedly survived is where he had to put fish hooks into his chest and lift himself up to grab a lever to set himself free. And the thing is, Bobby made a book out of this and made a lot of money. And guess who got that book?
My name is Eminem and I like to rap!
So now that you know that, Bobby is truly tested. All of those other traps were his co-workers. And now his wife's life is at stake. What Bobby needs to do is what he supposedly said he did. And Joyce was like, oh, nice, you got it. And then Bobby was like, hey, I lied about that. And Joyce was like, oh, word.
I lied. I was never in a trap.
However, Bobby at least tries, and then, it doesn't work because he's a fucking idiot. And then his wife dies. Saw 3D had its ups and downs, and by downs I mean Hoffman. But the traps and the kills were pretty good, some of the best in all the series. The Needle Pit Trap. Saw 2 switches up the formula from the first Saw movie by adding bigger and badder traps. And by bigger I mean they doubled the body count for the first movie. Which is good, we wanted to see the traps. And in the movie we follow a group of people, all in a house for certain reasons set up by Jigsaw that has a poisonous gas slowly coming in. And within a couple hours, if they don't find the code that is hidden within the house, then they will all die. Now to find the code, you have to go through traps. This is all while a detective is looking for the group of people, mainly because his son is in that group of people. The detective is Donnie Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg's brother. Do you remember Amanda, the reverse bear trap lady? Well, they say lightning never strikes twice in like the same area. Well, for her, I guess she's just a lucky charm, because she's back in a saw trap. And she gets thrown into a giant needle pit, and she has to find a key. This is probably one of the most cringe-inducing traps out of all the traps in the series. I don't know if it's as scary because you know if she's gonna die or not. I think it's just scary because needles.
We don't have time!
Oh shit! If you think any other Saw trap from Saw 2 should have made this list, let me know. Saw X.
I am a surgeon!
Saw X is the most recent Saw movie in the Saw franchise, and judging by recent news, it might be the last one, at least for a while. Which sucks because Saw X was pretty good. It was more tame on the gore and the blood, but when it did show it, it was pretty graphic. This time around, victims are put through traps because John Kramer is still looking for a cancer treatment, and he gets scammed by a couple of people who said he has some sort of miracle treatment that could save him. And
scammer gets scammed, buddy. That's what you get. You're not getting a...
However, the scammer getting scammed got scammed once again because, like, you messed with John Kramer. I think the one lesson about the Saw franchise is just not to, like, mess with other people. Just stay far away from John Kramer. Because if you have the sniffles around him, he'll be like, "Oh, you want to play a game? You were so selfish by having allergies around me. I am an old man, and I could get allergies and much worse. So now, you must cut off your balls." Like, man, a famous trap in the Saw series is the Venus flytrap. This is where homie over here had to get a key that's like deep lodged into his eye, and if he didn't, then chomp chomp. And chomp chomp occurred. This time around, instead of the eye, this guy has to perform open brain surgery on himself. And if he doesn't, then this little casket's gonna close and just cook his head. So instead of getting stabbed, it's cooking. After brain surgery. And you know what really sucks about Saw X? A lot of the characters actually sacrifice and get through the traps, but they lose based off of technicalities. Mateo here got the thing out of his brain, but it didn't dissolve quick enough and he was killed. Granted, beforehand it showed that he wasted like 30 seconds. It's still, they're right on the cusp of just not even victory, just living, and they don't make it. This is not the only time it happens. R.I.P. Mateo, but next time don't say you're a surgeon when you're not, because like, you might have to perform open brain surgery on yourself. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Cookie! Saw 4, the best transition in movie history. Saw 4 follows SWAT Commander Riggs, as he's put in a 90-minute movie where he has to save his colleagues from the good old Saw traps. Also, John Kramer is dead.
Say live and let die.
So in the movie, we don't know who the bad guy is, and neither do the cops. And the movie mainly focuses on the cop story this time. There are still traps in it, and there's still gore. However, it's a lot less than the other movies. In one of the more simple yet brutal Saw traps, we see a lady named Brenda in some sort of chair contraption that has all of her hair twisted and turned and pulled back. Now what Officer Riggs has to do is find some sort of combination lock that's on the chair contraption, hidden within all the gears, and unlock the trap before Brenda gets scalped to death. Now, Brenda is supposed to tell Riggs this. However, she kind of like waits a little bit and says, "Hey, cut my hair first." Pretty much just stalling so we get to see a little bit of blood and effects. The scalping is brutal, and the acting is amazing because those screams are pretty terrifying.
I got one!
However, she does get released, only to do this.
What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Drop the fucking gun!
Now, the reason why Brenda did this is because there's actually 2 tests going on right now. Officer Riggs was encouraged just to leave her, because Brenda here encouraged young girls into prostitution, In fact, she was kind of their pimp. And so Jigsaw left all this incriminating evidence all up on the walls. So imagine all of this, but like crime, just for Officer Riggs to be able to throw her in prison after, the scalping. So Brenda's test was, if this cop saves her, she can either choose to kill the cop and she will be free, no one will know about it, people will just think Jigsaw killed him, or she can just not touch the knife that's hidden that only she knows where it's at, and she can get arrested. Now, this trap's pretty simple and probably not the best or scariest, but at least one of the best transitions, and I mean this with full sincerity, not joking at all. This is not dry humor, and I'm not kidding, because I'm not. To the best transitions in film history.
Hey, the princess came in from off.
It's so good, it's so cheesy, it just embodies what Saw is with all the weird editing that they do. I love it so much, and it's the only reason it's on this list. Bite me. Don't actually do that, that'd be weird. And that's where I'm going to end the video today. If I left out one of your favorite kills or traps, then let me know down below. If I added your favorite, then, what freaked you out about it? And if you enjoyed any of my picks, then leaving a like really does help me out. And if you enjoyed my yapping enough, then I make videos every week, so hitting that subscribe button, you'll see me next week, talking about something spooky. I don't know what yet, because I'm indecisive. I love the Saw series because it's the extent of body gore that I can stomach while still being entertained. And on top of that, it's not cruel to just be cruel. Which movies like Hostel, it just feels like they're trying to be mean. Like, yeah, humans suck. Die. With Saw, it's more like I have a weird moral compass that I'm going to judge you off of, and there's some sort of way that you can get out of it. So within the cruelty, there's not only freedom to live, but also the cruelty is fun. It's not cruel to be cruel, it's cruel to be fun, and that's the traps. I don't know, man, what can I say? I love brutal death. Alright, see you next week.
Hey, do you ever wonder what it would be like if you could be a kite? I do.